Have you ever trusted someone with a secret only to hear it from a complete stranger? I was standing in line at the local coffee shop right by the high school when a dainty hand suddenly grabbed my arm and pulled me out of line. I turned to face a girl I've never met before. I've seen her around school, but we were from different crowds that didn't mix. "You're Rosie, right?" she asked. I nodded slowly. "Yes, that's me." She shot me a sad smile. "I'm so sorry to hear about your dad," she said. I stared at her as my heart began racing in my chest. What did she hear exactly? "I mean, him being in rehab," she continued, as if it wasn't ripping a hole in my chest the longer she talked about it. "I can't imagine what you're going through." My throat was suddenly dry, and it felt like there was a lump that I swallowed around. "How do you know about that?" I demanded harshly. Her smile faltered before disappearing altogether and turning into a frown. "Everyone knows," she answered after a moment of hesitation. My eyes narrowed on her and she paled. "I'm sorry," she whispered. I left the coffee shop without getting anything, hurrying to school where I knew my best friend Jamie would be waiting for me at our locker. She was the only person I told about my dad. Once I got to school, I noticed the mood was kind of somber. It wasn't completely noticeable, but the shift was enough for me to realize that the stranger was right. Everyone knows. As I walked, I pulled out my phone to check Instagram and Snapchat for any posts that might give me some idea as to what happened. There was a post a few days ago from a senior I barely spoke to. It was something about families falling apart. I checked the comments. Everyone was laughing about it and teasing in the comments. Someone mentioned my name, but that was it. I continued scrolling, but found nothing else. Anger filled me at the thought of Jamie telling my secret to anyone else. This was my family. My dad would be awake at odd hours in the night, sobbing his heart out while he tried to stay away from the bottle. Mom would be praying for him every night and morning, trying her best to be supportive while researching rehab facilities. I would often hide from my father's anger when he fell off the wagon and came home swaying and eyes glazed. He would often yell at us, and sometimes he even caused bruises. But we never complained because he was struggling, and we knew he truly loved us and was trying to change. That was why he went to rehab without too many questions or protests. Jamie had questions about why I was always disappearing to cry in the bathroom, or why I forgot to turn in homework assignments, or why I was suddenly failing tests because I couldn't concentrate long enough to study for them. So I told her the truth. I trusted her with my secret, and she turned around and told other people. My hands balled into fists as I marched toward the lockers. My hands were shaking with anger, and kids immediately got out of my way, watching me with concern as I stormed by them. I finally spotted Jamie at our locker and hurried over to her. "Jamie," I said in a flat voice. She grinned at me, but her smile immediately fell when she saw the expression on my face. "Are you okay?" she asked with fake concern. How did I not see before how fake she was? "You told people about my dad?" I hissed at her. She stared at me for a moment before laughing loudly, drawing the attention of everyone around us. "Of course not," she snapped. I shook my head at her. "Don't lie to me," I snarled. "You were the only one I told, and a complete stranger just told me about it. I heard it from their mouth. So who did you tell?" Jamie was staring with her jaw dropped in surprise. She's never seen me this mad before. "I told Tammy," she finally stammered. I scoffed. Tammy was the biggest gossip in school. "She told me she'd keep it a secret," Jamie continued in a sharp tone. "And you believed her?" I demanded. I laughed humorlessly and shook my head again. "Unbelievable. People are laughing about it, Jamie. You told everyone my dad was an alcoholic." Jamie quickly shook her head. "I didn't say it like that," she protested. I glared at her. "How did you say it then?" She didn't have an answer for me, immediately clamping her lips shut. I glared at her. "Don't talk to me again," I snarled, spinning away and stomping down the hall. A text came through from an unknown number as I was heading to my first class of the day. I paused in the hall and glanced at it, my blood going cold. It was a screenshot of a text Jamie sent to a group chat of students I wasn't a part of. "Rosie's dad just went to rehab. Haha, no wonder she's been a mess." I never talked to Jamie again.